Hey, I think we're actually live now, Jim. Took a little while to figure it out, but I got to tell you, I like Zoom. It's very easy to use, but I did have to figure this out initially. I didn't quite understand where you had to go to actually stream, but once you look where it says there and it directs you to a page, and then you go to the page, you fill all the information, then it does it all for you. So
It's all
very
pretty
simple.
self-explanatory.
But anyways, guys, maybe wondering what we're doing up this early. Yes, we know it's Sunday, and most of us have things to do on Sunday, like different shows we watch. And I think Milwaukee Atheist is doing one at 11 o'clock today that I've been invited to go check out and go on. But I want to do a test on call-in features of Zoom because a friend of mine had asked me to do a video. He's in a atheist community online and in one in real life. And I guess the in real life people have been talking about my positions a lot, and my name keeps coming up. And he actually is the one that helped facilitate me actually writing my blog on my positions. So he wanted me to make a video addressing this group because half of them agree and half of them don't. And so I was going to set something up so where they can call in and ask me questions in real time, other than Hangouts, because, well, Hangouts just are kind of bland and, well, they're going away. So we're going to have to find a different way of doing this. So I'm testing out this with Jim. He's the CEO of Atheist Republican, or actually Atheist Republic, not Atheist Republican. You can be a Democrat and be an atheist, can't you?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, cool. And I'm also doing this because I know this is probably going to end the life of Shannon Q, and because she's probably going to have a coronary, and if that's the end result, we can all live with that, right? I'm kidding, Shannon. Welcome. Shannon loves these things. She can't get away from them. I don't know what it is. She's like addicted to these types of discussions. I don't know. Shannon, why don't you be our first person? Why don't you call in? The way this works is this. All you need to do is go find your call-in number from the link provided in the video description. If you're from the United States, there's 3. There's 2 from San Jose and 1 from New York. If you're from England, there's 1 for that. If you're from Paraguay, there's something that, German, whatever. So all you got to do is anybody can call. It's international. You just go to that link. It'll tell you what the dial-in number is called. It'll ask you for your meeting ID. You put your meeting ID in, and it'll hook you up. Rayleigh, you're not behind at all. We just started like 5 minutes ago. Yes, Hangouts are going away in 2020, maybe even sooner, maybe even 2019. Yes.
I think this is it. I'm not sure.
Kick up your gain a little bit, Jim.
If you're in the United States, try 408-638-0968.
You want to repeat that one more time? But your mic is a little low, and I can't kick you up. Can you somehow boost it up?
408-638-0968.
Okay, there you go. By the way, if you want to come in, that's fine. I'll show you if I know you. But if you call in, I won't be showing the number. I don't think that comes up. That's why I want to do a test. Hey, Hills. Do I know that? Wait, do I know that? Hills Progressive.
Oh shit! What's the meeting ID?
One sec. Okay. Hills. Hello. Oh, did I mess up Rayleigh's name again? What did I say? Raleigh? Yeah, Rayleigh. Yeah, you know what? I'm just going to call it whatever I want. Are you trying to call in, Jim? Is it? Oh, I got somebody calling. We have a phone call. Let's see. Oh, see, it does show the number, doesn't it?
Hi, I'd like to speak to the sexy guy in the gray shirt.
Hi, I'm the sexy guy in the gray shirt. What can I do for you today?
Oh shit! No, the other guy.
The other guy. Oh, that guy. See, there's like I have a great jacket.
Oh, hey.
See, 2 sexy guys. Yeah, you know what? We could start a whole different episode for that. 2 sexy guys. So it does show the numbers. So how are we gonna fix that? Because I mean, some people don't want their numbers shown for obvious reasons.
Yeah, that's I don't know. Can we make it to where they don't pop up on the panel?
Yeah, I think I can. Maybe. Let's see here. Can I just focus on me? Oh my God, is this Ash? We got. Let me make you here. Hang on one sec. Scientesia Perceptum, man, he's been a while. Also known as Ash. Are you there, Scientesia? Scientesia? I butcher his name all the time too. What's up, buddy? Try your mic, man. No, we can't hear you. No, can you guys hear Scientia? Scientesia? Scientia? Yeah, I hate saying his name. Let's call him Ash. Okay, there you go. Yeah, see, now I can hear him. But why is it so low?
I don't know. It's really low.
Yeah, kick up your mic a lot, Ash. So anyways, Ash is actually a younger creationist debunker. He's been in the community for ages and ages, old school.
He's a younger creationist?
No, he's fights against it.
Okay.
Oh, we have a caller, I think. 1 second. Let's see here.
Well, I was going to say it's a very ironic name to have for a young Earth creationist.
Hello, caller. Oh, this is going to work so well. Can you tell?
Is that better?
Is this Pig? Look, Pig, is that you? Could be. Yeah.
Our first print color.
Oh, well. Well, like I said, this is why we're doing a test. But of course, if you got actual questions, knock yourself out.
Yeah, so I have just to follow up on Steve. You know, I used to call into Kent Hovind's radio show back in the early 2000s constantly. So that was my introduction to
you. You kind of pissed off a lot of young creationists to the point where a lot of them actually left Twitter. I think, at least I haven't seen them around. Like Joe. What's his freaking last name? Sinkowski. Yeah, Sinkowski. He vanished off the map, man. He got his ass handed him so many times I couldn't even imagine. But all right, who's a caller? Hello.
This is Sean Hawkins, a longtime listener, first time caller.
It's the first time we've done this, so yes, you're the first one. Well, Jim kind of technically was, but we don't count Jim for that. By the way, let me know in the outside chat if the numbers come up. I'm kind of curious on that.
I can see them on
the.
Yeah, I can see them in the Zoom.
But
I can see it. Okay, it does come up. Yeah,
it's up there.
Yeah.
For the mobile numbers, you can't tap the number to call, which might be a problem for mobile users.
There is. Okay, you know what? On a Tap Mobile, if you look in the video description, I do have the numbers to do for Tap Mobile.
Yeah, but you can't tap. Can you tap them? Are they links?
Yeah, they're tap. Yeah, so on a Tap Mobile. Oh, are they links? I don't know.
Yeah, because you can't copy and paste, or you can't tap on. At least on an Android. If I'm looking at the, I'm on my phone now. If I look at the description and I see the numbers, I can't tap them to dial that number.
Gotcha. Okay, so I should I make those links then for an Android?
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna have to figure out how to do that then. Hi, Fight.
But my name is Sean Hawkins. I'm in the chat right now.
Sean,
got the blue
in the chat. I'm looking for you in the chat right now. There you are.
Yeah, I can't get anybody to debate with me. Everyone's a coward. When they hear a non sequitur, they chicken out.
Yeah, you fight the flat Earth, right? Not actually the fight the flat Earth guy who's actually in the live chat too. He's a anti-flat earther too, but you are against flat earthers, right?
Oh yeah, I'm an anti-flat earther.
Yeah. Well, dude, I gotta tell you, it's really difficult nowadays to find. And I'm going to say this, and I know I'm just going to bite me in the ass, but it's it's going to be a new year here, so I'll just start from scratch next year. But it's hard to find a competent flat earther to even have a discourse with,
Yeah, absolutely.
But that's a gradient scale, right? When I say competent flat earth, I'm really not thinking.
Hello.
Anyway, I'll hang up now. I just wanted to help you test it out.
Thank you, sir. I do appreciate it.
All right, later.
So see, I got to figure out maybe how to just put it where it's not capturing that number. Any suggestions? Because I'm trying different views, but I don't know how to I can't really do anything with the views.
What is this service called again?
This is Zoom.
Okay, let me look it up.
Yeah, because like I said, if people call in, I don't want their numbers displayed, obviously.
Right.
Let's see here. So anybody got any questions for Jim? We got Jim here. Ask him some questions while we're working on this.
Hi, everybody. I'm an open horse book. Read me. Anybody in the live chat? Questions? No?
Not my chat.
Colloquial agnosticism. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. Nate makes things up and he wants to put his arguments out there, and if people want to evaluate him, be my guest. I understand his arguments. It's just they're all wrong, but I mean, I understand them. It's just he's just relabeling stuff. He's just saying he calls lack of belief atheism, which Ozzy calls lacktheism, which is basically the same logically as agnosticism as colloquial agnosticism.
That's a good idea, Steve. People can just dial in the *67 and block their number. Dial in as a private number.
Oh, would that work?
Yeah,
It probably would.
It'll
let's try. This is why I have smart friends. See, you don't have to be smart when you know smart people. Remember this.
Let me try this. I'll do the test run.
Oh wait, it says *67 does not work. Somebody said.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna try it.
Oh, we already did. Somebody messaged me that they tried it. They just called in and it didn't work. So you're not so smart, friends.
Yeah.
I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to go back on something that I said. I'm allowed to do that. I'm allowed to change my mind, right? Am I not? People?
Nope.
Okay, I can't. But I'm actually going to. I said that I never would talk to Nate again on this particular topic. If you guys will allow me to go back on that, I will have a hangout this one time only, not right this second, maybe later on this morning or after this test. If Nate is available for no more than 1 hour, I will have a one-on-one with Nate, with Jim moderating and somebody else of my choice. Not a debate, but a discussion. Because Nate is a friend, he is a Patreon, and I know his argument. It's just bizarre. But if Nate's willing to, I will have a discussion with him. But it's like I said, it'll be after this test, and I will have Jim and one other person in the discussion as well to help try to explain to Nate these things, because we've tried before and kind of failed, and I want it to be kind of productive. So, sound good?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
So now we got to figure out though how to get people. See, on other streams they use OBS, and so it you only can show what you want to show, right? So when somebody calls in, it's just an audio feed. Skype's the same way. Zoom, however, is broadcasting the entire thing. So when somebody comes in, then it automatically shows their number because it treats it like a video source like this.
I think we have somebody on hold, don't we?
Yes. Okay. Hello. Yeah, that makes sense. I agree with you. Let's go with that. I don't. Can we hear him?
I don't know. Did that work?
I did.
Nope. You can still see my number.
Oh, is that you? Yeah, we still
Yeah.
see your number. Yeah.
Damn. Okay. Bye.
What happened?
Well, what we're trying to do is we're trying to figure out how people can call in without the number being shown. There's no way to really kind of adjust the views such that somebody calls in, it doesn't block that. Oh wait, Somebody says it says call in user number 1. I like this. Who's that?
Oh.
How did you do that? Call in user number 1.
Oh, because they pressed 1 and then pound instead of just pressing pound.
Is that how it works?
Yeah.
Oh, Dr. Zaya said he called in with the *67 on the 646 number and it worked.
Oh wait, somebody says it says call in user number 1. I like this. Who's that?
Okay, who?
It's me.
It's
How
who?
did you do that?
*67.
Oh, okay. Okay, so wait, it's Dr. Zayas?
It is.
Okay. So are you watching the video or are you listening to the internal?
Oh, Dr. Zaya said he called in with the
See, there's a weird lag there.
Please, it says call in user number 1. I like this. Who's that? Okay, who? It's me.
Dr. Zayas, can you hear us?
*67.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Nice. So wait, Dr. Zaya?
See, I think he's way behind on the stream or something, right?
Are you watching the video or are you watching the video?
I'm so confused.
Yeah, I'm lost.
I'm off. This is comical. Dr. Zayas. I don't think he can hear us. I think he's watching. I think he's listening to the video. So I'm going to mute him because it's just a bunch of background noise. Well, so so *67 works. So let me see if I can put this up here. So call in, use *67 to hide number. And what's the other way to do it? How did he get call in user number 1?
I think whenever the very last option after they ask for your meeting code, they'll ask for the for your call in ID number, or just press pound. And so I think if you just press 1 and then pound, that should work. Let me test it.
Okay, I'm updating this then. All right, we're going to test this out, people. So I do that. Hey, Ass. So I got to get. I'll tell you what. I know 1 or 2 flat earthers, or some not flat earthers, young earth creationists still that might be willing to have a conversation with you. So if you can find some free time, how's your teaching stuff coming along?
It's going well. Can you hear me now? I just plugged in a microphone. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds much
so
better.
Yeah, no, good. Teaching is going really well. Again, I followed a class up, so I did what they call.
So I do that. So I got to get. I tell you what. I know you are flat earth.
Oh well, that's just see. It's all it does is play in the background video. See.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure how that's going to work. Yeah. So go ahead.
I followed a class. I'm having the same class for 2 years in a row, which is interesting. And yeah, no, teaching is going well. It's just I had to reinvent my entire curriculum, which was fun. Stay with the same class, which was kind of fun. And yeah, it's just been really busy. If you can imagine having to do everything over the summer that you have never had to do for like the whole time you've been teaching. So yeah, it's been good.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm envious that you get to teach, though. I would like doing something like that.
Yeah.
Ansgar says, I don't think callers show up on the viewer's end. Well, it shows up on the video because I can see their numbers come up.
Yeah.
So it does come up. Oh, wait. Does it come up if I'm in this view, it still comes up as well. So why don't you try calling in, Jim, using the 1 as your caller ID and see what happens?
Oh, there we go. Excuse me.
Oh, hello.
Can you hear me? Whoever that is?
Can.
Okay, so what when you dial in, did you use *67 or do you use a caller ID?
Yeah, I *67.
Okay, it didn't work.
Yeah, that's weird. Some other people said it did work. I'm calling on an AT&T cell phone, so maybe I don't know.
Yeah, that's strange. Who's this though?
Oh, this is Jennifer.
Oh, this is Jennifer. Hi, Jennifer. Okay, so
Hi,
the first time
Steve.
you called in, you tried with the *67, it didn't work, right? And so
Right.
Okay, and it still doesn't work. Now,
Yeah.
if you call in and at the end of the options it says press something for your caller ID. Can you try that?
Yeah, I'll call back and do that.
Okay, thanks, Jennifer.
All right, you're welcome. Bye.
All right, let's try that. Because that would solve the problem right there. People just put in a caller ID number.
Yeah, I tried that, and my number still showed up on the side panel.
Well, how then how did he do it?
I have no idea.
So close. I mean, you'd think that this would be really easy to fix.
They're saying in the live chat that the numbers weren't coming up on the screen.
They did for me.
Yeah, they did for me as well.
Yeah, on here because we're in the chat. But are you watching the
video? Yeah,
stream?
I'm watching I'm watching the external. Did it come up on the phone callers did not come up on the external?
No.
It only comes up when I do the speaker view.
Right.
Oh, awesome. That's why. Okay. I think we've solved the problem, Jennifer.
So everybody call in. Only us three will have your numbers. Us four. I will do nothing with them.
Okay.
Well, I will say that this service seems to be a little bit less glitchy, and yeah, the stream seems to be better.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, I've had
talk real quick.
What's that? Go ahead. Skills?
Talk. I'm doing something real quick.
Jennifer, do you have a question for any of us besides Steve?
Oh, are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. No, I was just calling back with the caller number thing, the ID, whatever.
Okay, awesome. Well, it looks like that worked. I'm not seeing it pop up on the live stream, so that's good.
What does it say my number is?
Well, I can see your number, but on the live stream it doesn't show anything.
Oh, okay. Perfect. All right. That was all I guess. I was just helping test it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Bye.
Bye. Sancha, I got your message. That's working.
Good, thank you.
Can you guys can hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, because the video part says that the host won't accept my video, so I don't know.
Yeah, I have the video turned off
okay.
For everybody except for us three.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that way, because when you switch to speaker view, when the people call in, their numbers pop up. So we just have to keep, the just a few up permanently.
So that's for anyone just calling on phone. Otherwise, it shows up your account that you called in on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess. Well, your Zoom ID.
Your Zoom ID and number, right?
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yes.
So I think it's viable. What do you think?
Yeah, I think now that we've kind of got that little kink worked out, I think that was the only thing I was opposed to.
Well, my only question is, how did you get the green screen, Steve?
Oh, it's just magic. No, I actually Zoom is kind of cool because with Zoom, yes, I have a green screen, but Zoom, you don't need XSplit or OBS or anything like that to actually do the image. Zoom will actually do the background for you, and you don't even need a green screen for it.
Is it on like chroma key or?
No, I don't know how it works.
Do they have pre-selected images or?
Well, no, maybe you do need a green screen. There are for Zoom you do need a green screen, but there are other softwares out there where you don't need a green screen. It's just you crop it or something. Right. I don't know how it works, but yeah, this one it does it automatically. You change it on the fly as well.
Oh, cool.
Like for example, if I want to use a different, it's called a virtual background. And then, like I said, I don't know if you need a green screen or not. I don't but see, I can change it on the fly. Yeah.
But that's not using the browser service. That's the
that's
download.
Yeah.
Where is that at? I can't find that.
It's you go under video, which is stop video, and at the bottom it says video settings, change virtual background. Oh, you may not have it. It's only on the paid service.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
yeah. That's what it is.
But I got to tell you, of all the things worth paying for, Zoom's
Zoom
worth
is
it.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Zoom's a really good service.
I'm going to check it out.
All right. So what do we
So,
decide on Nate? Do you guys want to have, I mean, Jim, if we start this soon and Nate's available, and then like I said, I find one other person, philosophical person, my only condition would be if I do this year, Nate does not mention my name for the entire next year.
yeah. I'm definitely down for some wagers on that, and moderating. I'm definitely down for that.
Yeah, because I mean, you agree and disagree. So I mean, you're kind of a neutral party in some ways. I think you overall agree with my arguments, but you have some caveats. All right.
Yeah, yeah. Rocks and such.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he's a rock atheist, so yeah. Yeah. I one of these days somebody's going to convince him of that's just so silly to say, but we're working on it.
Well, I think we got our wires crossed there, but I mean, yeah.
Are rocks atheist, Jim?
Rocks cannot have a cognitive position one way or the other.
Okay, that does not answer my question. Are rocks atheist?
If by atheist you're saying that yes, that it's a cognitive claim, then no, they're not atheist.
In any conceivable way, by any definition do you want to use, are rocks atheist? When we go the Socratic method, you're never going to win with me, Jim, because I will make sure that my questions are on point.
Rocks are atheists in that they don't, because they can't believe in gods.
So you said they aren't atheists. So I disagree. Rocks, you said rocks are atheists because they do not disagree. They do not believe in God because they can't. I disagree. They are not atheists because they don't have any ability to even evaluate the proposition. This is why we have words like amoral, right? A rock is amoral. It's rock's not moral. A rock is not immoral, right? A rock is amoral. That's why we have words like irrationality, right? Rationality would be something like, the ability to reason. So a rock cannot reason. So it's not rational and it cannot be irrational. It is irrational. So same thing here, that the rocks cannot be theist. They cannot be atheist. They have no cognitive ability to be either one.
Okay. So what are they? If they're not theists or they're not atheists, what are they in respect to God beliefs?
Ambivalent. They're just not theist. They're in the category of not theist.
Rock be ambivalent, Steve?
Well, I mean, okay, that would be an emotional thing. Correct. Okay, so, fair enough. Jim got me on something. Holy crap. Good thing we're having a new year. We're going to forget about this one, which Steve fucked up. Yeah, no, I'll grant you that one. I would think it would require some kind of cognitive thing as well, unless you're using it in a very broad way. But yeah, rocks would be non-theist because you just have a theist, not theist category.
Yeah.
I wonder how many people in the live chat think that, though. Okay, people in the live chat, let me ask you. No. Do you believe rocks can be atheist? Now, we all know Bionic Dance has been putting forth that narrative for years, even though she had two linguists, Dr. Oh man, what's his name from the place? Oh, come on. I talk to him all the time. I'm drawing a blank. I have a hell of a time here.
The place?
Yeah, well, NGC Studios, the place.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember, but he talked to him, and Bob Pastor talked to him and explained talked to her and explained to her, rocks can't be atheist because of the way you're using the words. But how many people in the live chat actually agree with that argument that atheists, that rocks and potatoes and cell phones and atoms are all atheists? Because I don't. I think it's a horrible argument.
Because why? They're non-sentient?
They're non-sentient, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, in order to have a philosophical position, and atheism is a philosophical position one way or another, whether it's affirmative, disconfirmative, or whatever, it's still some kind of position with respect to the proposition, right? Because even if you have a dichotomy of believe or don't believe, you have to pick one within classical logic, right? So you have to pick one. The reason why I call these things second order, like when we were talking about my second order of burden justification, is the same way what it would be if I said, Jim, you have a dichotomy of believe the proposition or not believe the proposition. I think you would agree with that, right? You either believe or you don't believe.
As far as what proposition?
Any proposition. These are universal.
I wouldn't say that every proposition is part of a dichotomy.
Why not? You either believe a proposition or you do not believe a proposition. There's no middle ground in classical.
Belief, yeah.
Yeah. I argue that in other types of logics that doesn't apply, and you can also make an argument that even that doesn't apply in classical if you allow for pair-consistent logic or just for things like cognitive dissonance. But for simplicity's sake, you either believe or you don't believe, right?
Correct.
Okay. Now, if I said here's on a quiz, we'll go Ash is a teacher, so he has a quiz for the student Jim, and on that quiz it says, do you accept the belief that it's true, or do you believe that's true, or do you believe that it's false? And then underneath that it has A, you accept BP, B you accept B, not BP.
It can't be that simple though. I mean, if I was going to be presenting that subject to my students, I would have to have them explain their reasoning. I couldn't give them a multiple choice for such a question.
Okay. Well. Again, forgetting the expository, because again, I'm used to questions like explain briefly in detail. Drives me nuts. Right? That's what it is in the military. Explain briefly in detail. It takes that long to do briefly.
Well,
you think I'm kidding? It takes 30 minutes to solve an average problem in a nuke school.
Yeah.
But Nate, okay, so the way I'm trying to word this is that you agree you have to choose either BP or not BP, right? It's one or the other.
Okay. Yeah.
Now, if I said A, if it's multiple choice, A is the first choice, BP, and B is the second choice, BP. Choose A or choose B. Which one do you choose?
As far as which claim?
The God claim, atheism.
B.
Okay, so you do not believe theism, right?
Correct.
But see, what you chose B. That is a second order choice, right? Because you didn't choose not BP, which is the first order. You chose a second order choice, BP, that happens to relate to the first order choice. Ash, do you see what I'm saying on this?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so this is how it follows in logic, right? Because it's not on the proposition; it's on a second thing that you've chosen that happens to entail the first order. This is why when I say you have a second order belief, it's not on the proposition of atheism or theism. It's a second order belief with respect to the proposition.
Right.
So, Ash, the argument we've had before is, and because you've been a while, there's one that's going around everywhere. Matter of fact, I just literally got a message from a guy that is in a pretty substantial atheist group in the state. It's the state's atheist group, and he said, "Steve, we talk about these things all the time that you bring up." I was like, "They know who I am?" He's like, "Oh, yeah," and so he asked me to make a video on it. This isn't it. I will be making a video. But the argument goes basically like this. Matter of fact, do you want to hear the actual argument, Ash? Because you're a smart scientist, kind of guy. You know what? I have it in my memory. So premise A, three premises, a syllogism. Okay. Premise one: any belief to be rational needs to be justified, and I do exclude properly basic beliefs, and of course, babies that are innocent that have no belief either way. So we're going to be assuming principle of rationality between Greece's maxims and cooperative principles. So in this case, all beliefs require justification to be rational.
Okay.
Do you accept the premise?
Yeah. Well, you have to.
Yeah. Well, no, dude. I get people that actually fight against that premise. I'm like, that's like that's like the one I wouldn't think anybody would argue with, but I still get people all the time. Go to my Twitter. I don't accept premise one. Well, why? Okay, give me a defeater for one. Oh, I don't need to give you a defeater. I just don't accept it. Okay, then you have no real rebuttal to my argument. Moving on. I swear to God. And by the way, Ash is an actual scientist, dude. I would consider you a scientist if you don't do experimentation, but you're a scientist. But
thank you.
Can you tell people that you do not prove axioms? That axioms are submitted to be evaluated axiomatically?
Well, it's the whole thing about skepticism. You know, if you're going to be a skeptic, you have to be a skeptic about everything, right? Everything that's presented to you. I tell this to my students all the time. You don't accept what I'm saying. You have to explain to me why you think you can accept what I'm saying.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes. God, I'm so glad that you said that, because I actually hold to the principle that to reject a rational proposition is as irrational as to accept an irrational proposition.
Exactly.
Yes. And that is one of my things. You can quote me on that. That's a Steveism. And I have that in my propositional thing that I've laid out. But yeah, so quote me on this, people. Steve McRae, this is for me. It is just as irrational to accept it. It is just as irrational to not accept a rational proposition as it is to rationally accept an irrational proposition. So I think that makes sense to me, at least.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so except for one. Now, premise two. The belief that you cannot justify assigning a truth value to the proposition T or F, law of excluded middle, requires justification.
Yeah.
Okay.
The belief, remember the belief follows from one. The belief that you cannot assign a truth value to a proposition that is true or false, suspend judgment on it, which would be agnosticism. You can add that in if you want. Requires a justification.
Yes, that's true, but the only problem is it's a personal justification, and it applies to an individual set of rational parameters.
That's what. Yeah, I was going to say something similar. That it's based off the person's knowledge who you're asking the question of.
Yes, yeah.
Right?
We'll assume this is an individual self-assessment or autobiographical. Assume this has nothing to do with anybody else.
Okay.
By the way, I'm getting echo. Is that from? Who's that from? I'll just mute Hill, see if it's from him. I think it's from him. So you agree? So autobiographically, if I have a belief, Okay, so I'm getting a little bit of feedback from you. I don't know why.
For me?
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird. I just plugged in my headphones about 5 minutes ago. I didn't think that would occur.
Can you hear it?
I'll turn it on mute.
Yeah, I can hear the echo.
Oh.
I don't hear it now.
Okay, yeah, now it went away. Well, he muted, that's why.
Oh, okay.
All right, well, that's fine. It's not a big deal. Okay, so premise 2 basically goes the belief that you cannot evaluate P. I'll make it simpler because this is you can go look at my full argument, but for because of arguendo, to believe if you believe you cannot properly evaluate P and suspend judgment on it, that requires a justification.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the third one then is that belief that requires a justification is a second order justification. Because you're not justifying your belief that it's true. You're not justifying your belief it's false. You're justifying a different thing, but it's with respect to the proposition.
Right, exactly. And but only in reference to the proposition and
correct.
Nothing else.
Right. Now, Ash, is that not rational? Because like I said, I ran this argument by many people. So far, I have yet to find one person that logically finds anything wrong with it.
No, it sounds fine because if you
hang on one sec, Jim.
Yeah, because if you are agreeing to something, then you're agreeing to it because you have some type of experiential or observation that has been given to you to allow you to understand why you agree to that proposition to begin with, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, exactly. Because look at if I use the example, I exist, right? Proposition I exist, right? And Ash, you say, you know what? I don't believe P is true. Okay, well, I want to know why you don't believe that I exist. Now, that is to me something that requires a burden of proof, or burden of evidence, or burden of justification. They are all the same thing in epistemology, right? These words are interchangeable. They're synonymous. A burden of proof is a burden of justification, is a burden of evidence. All the same. We're not talking about legalities. We're not talking about law, but epistemology, they're simply the exact same thing. There's no distinction between the two. So,
yes, agreed.
Yeah. So, when I say that, wow, that echo is really bad now.
Yeah, just a second. I'm going to change this and maybe this will work.
Okay, well, he's doing that. So, Nate, in the live chat, did you want to, maybe in about 20 minutes, do you want to have a one-on-one with me with Jim and somebody else? Am I choosing? And like I said, under that condition, if we have an hour of conversation, you never mention my name again the entire next year. Except obviously when you come on the non sequitur show, which is fine. But you don't ever bring up this topic again, ever, for the next year, or at least the next year. I'll give you a year.
Till 2020. Yeah,
till 2020. Then do what the hell you want. Because I don't watch any of Nate's videos. I just know his arguments because other people tell me, and I just think they're very jejune, and I don't really have a desire to spend much time on them because I've just tried to explain to him many times, and he's not getting it. But he has a misunderstanding of Stanford Encyclopedia of Philosophy, and other people have pointed this out to him, and he thinks he has a huge, counter to my argumentation, but it's not. And in fact, he's just not understanding what polysemous means. Polysemous means that words can have multiple meanings, even within the realm of philosophy, none of which has any kind of prescriptive value when you're talking about a specific word that has multiple meanings, like the word realist in philosophy can mean multiple different things, right? The word relativism means things, objective, subjective. These things have multiple meanings in the courses of discourse in philosophy, right? Agnosticism has multiple meanings in philosophy. Okay, you could when I say agnosticism, I could be talking about Huxley's methodology, which was more along the lines of evidentialism. I could be talking about the belief that nobody could ever know the knowledge of God. I could be talking about being agnostic with respect to the proposition. These are all different ways to use just terminology. Or I prefer the agnosticism as the psychological state of being agnostic on P. That's how I use it. And that's how SCP uses it. And I don't understand why Nate thinks that's so contentious. Rayleigh says, "Fuck Nate. He's unbelievably obtuse." Well, why do you think I love Nate, but he is obtuse. That's why I don't talk to him any longer. That's why most people won't, of any kind of educational value or any kind of philosopher, won't go in and talk to Nate. The ones that recently have all gotten back to me and said that next time they'd rather just stick a dick in their toaster and see if there's any productivity to come out of it. It's just futile. It's just futile.
Okay, Nate said he has time now.
Okay. But I will not make another video about you and this topic for next year. Does that mean that he won't make it? Parse that out for me, guys. Is it he says, but I will not make another video about you and this topic for next year. Does that mean he will make videos about me?
That should be an and, not a
I think there should be an and, right? If you want. Yeah. I agree with you. Yeah. Well, like I said, I don't think Ozzy agrees with you, buddy. Trust me. Trust me.
Okay, who else are we
Rayleigh's a sweetheart. Yeah. So I'm still confused. Is he gonna not make a video, or is he?
Is.
Yeah, is. But anyways, I think this format might work. I'm going to start doing more hangouts, and I think that this is going to be.
Okay.
Oh, and should be an and. Okay, that makes sense to me. Okay, great. So like I said, I like this format. I think it's going to be great when people can call in.
And I'll have to download the actual program so I can not have my real name show up on it. So
yeah, you actually have to download, and that's a good thing. I'm going to put that in here right now.
Because that's why I had to go through the browser system, was to not have that happen. So
well, okay, so it shows your name if you use the browser or if you use the.
If I tried to download it, it'd show my real name, and that's probably because the account I was on at the time. So if I downloaded it with my other account, then yeah, my real name wouldn't show up. Did the echo go away?
Yeah.
Okay, so that was me switching from the mic on this to my external mic. Okay, so that's good to know as well.
You know what? I'm just gonna say your name will be shown unless what? You log in under a different name.
Well, no. When I used the browser, it came up with Scientia Perceptum. When I originally got your invite, it asked me to download the program, and it was going to use my real name.
Okay.
But that's probably because the account I was on at the time when I got your invite.
Maybe so. I just want to give people warning. Okay, so who do I got calling here? Okay, well, Nate's coming in, but I want to start a new session. Hey, Nate, does it work?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I'm gonna start a new video if you don't mind, though. If you want to give me like 5 minutes.
Perfect. All
right. So go pee, go drink, go. I don't know. Just don't drink your pee. I mean, let's say you want to. Again, everything we've seen this year.
Chili juice.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what's worse, drinking your own pee or chili juice. I don't know.
Drinking your own pee after eating chili juice.
But you guys,
pee sterile? Pee is sterile.
Pee is sterile when it starts to come out, but after it comes out, it's not sterile now. There's a lot of bacteria in the urethra.
Depending on what's on your urethra and everything else. So,
yeah, there's a lot of factors that go into that. So it's one of those, well, it depends what you mean by urine is sterile. If it's in the bladder and there's no other biological contaminants, maybe. But I wouldn't trust anything to be sterile in the human body. Okay. I mean, but we have a scientist here, so you may want to ask him. But you guys can all stay. Pig, you want to stay, you can too. Nobody has to leave. And people can still call in. Everything will be the same. It's just I want to start a new video. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, so we'll see you guys back in a few minutes. Stay tuned for this. This will be fun and exciting for the entire family.
Absolutely.
All right.